The judge was an older man with wireframe glasses and zero patience for nonsense. Karen's attorney went first, arguing that the HOA had governed the neighborhood for years and that my refusal to comply threatened order and uniformity. The judge stopped him mid-sentence. Counsel, before we go any further, where are the recorded covenants binding this defendant's property to your association? Karen's attorney hesitated. Then flipped pages. Well, Your Honor, the HOA operates under. I didn't ask how it operates, the judge said. I asked where it is legally established. My lawyer stood. Your Honor, we requested those documents during discovery. None were produced. In fact, we discovered something else. He handed the clerk a file. The judge skimmed it then frowned. Miss Karen, he said, looking directly at her. Is Willowcrest HOA Incorporated? Karen stood up. We've been collecting dues for over 10 years. That's not what I asked. Her lawyer whispered urgently. She swallowed. Well, we filed paperwork a long time ago. The judge turned to the document in front of him. No, you didn't, he said flatly. The incorporation application was rejected. No resubmission. No approval. No legal entity. The courtroom went silent. My lawyer continued. Furthermore, Your Honor, there are no recorded covenants tying my client's parcel, or several others, to any association. The HOA has no authority to levy fines, sue residents, or enforce rules. The judge leaned back. So let me get this straight, he said. This HOA has no legal standing, no incorporation, no binding covenants, and yet has been collecting money and filing lawsuits. Karen's face turned pale. The judge didn't just dismiss the case. He dissolved the HOA. On the record. Willowcrest HOA is hereby declared void and without legal authority, he said. Any attempt to enforce rules or collect dues constitutes misrepresentation. He then turned to Karen. I strongly suggest you consult an attorney about returning any funds collected. She opened her mouth. Nothing came out. I walked out of that courtroom free. She walked out with her clipboard shaking. Within a week, word spread. Neighbors demanded refunds. Board members resigned. The Facebook group vanished overnight. Someone put a key for sale sign in Karen's yard 2 months later. It sat on the edge of a quiet subdivision, technically outside the neighborhood boundary, backed up to trees and an old drainage canal. No shared amenities, no clubhouse, no gate. Just my driveway, my mailbox, and my name on the deed. When the realtor said, "You're not part of the HOA," I made him repeat it twice. 3 months after I moved in, a woman in a beige suv blocked my driveway. She stepped out wearing sunglasses too big for her face, clipboard pressed to her chest like a badge of authority. I'm Karen, she said. President of Willowcrest HOA. I told her calmly, I don't live in the HOA. She smiled like I'd told her a joke. Everyone on this street is in a HOA. I explained again. Different parcel. Separate plat. No covenants attached. I even offered to email her the survey. She didn't want proof. She wanted compliance. A week later, the letter started. Violation notices for trash cans. Fines for unapproved exterior appearance. A demand for $2 in back dues. I ignored them. Then came the certified letter, notice of legal action. She actually sued me. The complaint claimed my property was subject to HOA governance by implied participation. I laughed when I read that line. My lawyer didn't. He said slowly. This is going to be interesting. We filed a response denying jurisdiction, denying authority, and requesting proof of incorporation, bylaws, and recorded covenants tying my parcel to the HOA. Karen didn't back down. She escalated. She sent emails copying half the neighborhood, accusing me of undermining community standards. She told people I was refusing to pay my fair share. She even showed up at my house once with 2 board members, demanding access to inspect my property. I told them to leave. Court day arrived, and Karen came prepared, at least, she thought she did. She wore a blazer, carried a thick binder, and sat in the front row like she owned the courtroom. She didn't look worried. She should have.